again with another video. Today I want to talk about the world situation that we're all going through at the moment. It looks luckily like it's starting to ease off, but it's still here. I won't mention the name because we're not allowed to say it apparently, but I think we all know what I'm referring to. It relates quite strongly to the subject of strength and health, because if you have health and strength, you're much less likely to succumb to it or indeed contract it. What role does muscle and strength play in the defeat and the defending from this virus? Well, it's very important. Muscle matters. It's very important indeed. The actual acquisition of muscle mass, especially for older people, and the retention of muscle mass could potentially be a lifesaver. In a period where you can walk around any town or city and you'll see people looking at their eyes, they're terrified that they might catch this killer disease that will kill them faster than cancer and AIDS combined. Terrified, wearing masks, shuffling about. Now, this is unfortunate, but really, if we're going to go to the lengths of doing this, it really is incumbent on all of us who care about a healthy life to take steps to build our physical confidence. Right from the outset, I really knew in my heart of hearts, and as arrogant as this sounds, I don't mean it to sound that way, it's just that if you embark in physical training for decades and you become proficient at it, you don't seem to fear things like this. You feel as though it's just not going to happen to you. I've had arguments and debates with people saying that it's incorrect. Anybody can succumb to this terrible plague, and I never believed it. I just didn't believe it. My theory being that human beings have been on this planet for hundreds of thousands, if not millions of years. We've had, asteroids from outer space and all sorts of untold disasters that have caused viruses and diseases. We're still here. We've lived through the plague. In 2020, everything's more advanced. We've got better medicine, better cleanliness, better sanitation. So why would some disease that pops up from nowhere suddenly kill us all? I never believed it. And obviously that confidence was built through my physicality, which is a process that's available to all of us. And if we're going to witness this level of hysteria, then I think it makes sense to take steps to make ourselves more invulnerable to it. Looking at the over 60s, which statistically apparently are more likely to contract this plague, the strongest over 60s are half as likely to die than the weakest. That's in a non-disease environment. That's just life itself. These are facts, medical facts. Sarcopenia, which the Greek derivation means poverty of muscle. Over 65, 20% prevalence of muscle wasting, sarcopenia. In the over 85s, it's 50% prevalence. A loss of strength and power leaves a predisposition to falls and through lack of balance. Along with that comes more illness and frailty and loss of independence. Strength training, lifting weights, would immunise people of this age group. And yes, people over 60 can lift weights and get stronger. They would be much less vulnerable. In fact, if I could suggest any age group would benefit most from strength training, it's this age group over 60s, especially in a situation that we've got now. Even younger people. I saw a study the other day. Young healthy males of student age, which is around about 20 to 21 in the UK. The government has an initiative to do 10,000 steps a day, which is supposed to be a good fitness marker, keep you fit, 10,000 steps. A lot of mobile phones have this app on them already installed to tell you how many steps you've took in order to be healthy. Now, if you reduce their activity to below 2,000, even at that age, they'd lose 5% muscle mass in 14 days. That's bearing in mind, people over 30 lose 3 to 8% per decade over the age of 30. So inactivity is what kills people, especially when certain criteria for this plague suggested that exercise facilities be shut, which in one aspect, through to the contraction and the spread of it, it makes sense, but on the other aspect it doesn't. Getting back to the age related risk, 70-year-old people, 70 plus, when they're bedridden for 10 days, they lose 10% muscle after the first 10 days. That's quite a substantial drop, which again, less muscle, more illness, more frailty. You see, that's a fact. So we've got to take this into account when we look at the present situation, and strength training is very important. This is what this video is about. The other aspect I wanted to talk about was strength and immunity. Strength and immunity. Now that's an interesting topic. Strength training relates to immunity. 2 hours post-training, there's a myth that I've actually heard and read about online, and I actually was watching a breakfast television show in the UK a day or two ago, and a very well-known television doctor actually said that gym work, physical training, was actually detrimental to immunity in the current crisis, because he was looking at studies probably from 20 plus years ago. Post-training, blood and lymphocyte white cells drop for 2 hours post-training. This used to leave the conclusion that there's an open window for infection in that time frame. Modern, up-to-date science tells us that this isn't true. The change reflects lymphocytes being redistributed to other tissues in the body, like the lungs, small intestines, bone marrow and skin. This is for immune surveillance and detecting destroying normal cells in the body. Vigorous lifting actually improves the immune system, and if these lifting sessions are spaced out correctly, it actually increases the disease surveillance and detection of destroying abnormal cells in the body, which means you'll become more healthy, providing the lifting sessions are spaced out correctly and proper nutrition and rest. What does cause the immune system to drop is underlying conditions, obviously lifestyle factors, poor diet, poor sleep, diet being very important. The idea that exercise can reduce the immune system really is not accurate. It's old science. These are facts, you can look them up yourself. So I thought it was important to make a video about this, just to sort of put my opinions across. People can disagree and write the comments in the comment section down below. But this is just a very brief overview, because I feel that present circumstances, people have a responsibility themselves to take responsibility for their own health and their own strength. Strength's always been underestimated in terms of health, especially in modern times. Back in the early 1900s, a lot of the old-time strongmen were more interested in health, because they knew that with increased strength, health would come. In some ways, they were more advanced than what we are, especially people who have no real interest in strength training. They'll tend to believe that modern things are generally correct, but sometimes they aren't, and this is one of them. So if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you liked it, also subscribe. If you disagree, tell me in the comment section down below what you think. As usual, train hard but train safe. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.